Welcome back to Know Where Nichols, people. What's up? Sad to come on here and holler at y'all real fast. You know, just to give a few points of information. That's all. You know. It's mainly, you know, behind the SPC, Secure Party Creditor Process, taking control of your person, you know, and being able to enjoy your life, your liberty, in the pursuit of happiness, as opposed to what we've, you know, been prone to all our lives. Mainly though, the premise for this video is to reinforce the importance of doing your own research. Understand, man, that, you know, information is not just going to come to you. You have to seek information. Then when you have the information, when it's tangible to you, you have to dissect said information repetitively. You know, a lot of us still work, have a job. You have to get to a point, you know, I know a lot of us are parents as well, you know. With all that said, you have to find a way to itemize your time, whereas though you have made and or set aside time for research and study. A lot of people, like myself, when I first, you know, came into the information of the reality of our, you know, the government, you know, I got one side of the coin. Oh, we still in slavery because we can't do what we want to do when we want to do it, how we want to do it. We got to follow these rules, codes, statutes, regulations that they license. You know, that was my introduction to commerce, and that's the only side I seen. You know, however, since then, I got into studying. You know, and I'm at a level whereas now I have a fundamental understanding of a lot of these processes. However, I'm still in a studious mode. I'm still learning. I have yet to discharge any debt. You know, make any real, you know, private moves in commerce yet. And main point for me not doing anything yet, because as the days go on, I keep running across new information. You know, so it'd behoove anybody watching this video not to run around chest poked out thinking you know a little something, because it's a whole lot. It's a whole lot, man. I mean, you got to commit things to memory. you have to literally practice. You know, anybody that's, you know, been lived in impoverished neighborhoods or single parent homes back in the day when everything wasn't always everything. You had what you needed, but a lot of times you didn't have what you wanted. You know, some of us come from that realm of life, and some of us don't. But we should all be able to understand where I'm coming from. But not to get sidetracked, you really gotta take control of your life. And that is not, it ain't no elevator rise to that place in life. You know, it's gonna come with a lot of sacrifices. You know, nobody's gonna be able to do it for you. Sure, people can direct you to the information. What you do with said information is gonna make all the difference, though. Just for instance, as an example, this is what I picked up today. All this. You know, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and those 2 thick ones are one book. Well, I turned it into a binder, but it's one document. You know, 2 of these. You know, just so that way you guys understand, you know, the level of research, study is required. You have creditors and their bonds, very important document. You have the Universal Postal Union Treaty of 1874. I don't know if y'all can see that. Yeah. You have the Banking Act of 1933. These are the type. This is the type of information that you're gonna have to, familiarize yourself with, and know it on a level whereas though you can what is this one? Trust Indenture Act of 1939. You see? You know, it's these are the type of things that you just gonna have to familiarize yourself with. Then you have the Securities Exchange Act of 1934. You know? And I just got these things today. Prior to today, I didn't know of either of their existences. So, there's no fear involved in what I'm attempting to do. But now I have to study these things so that way my implementation is sound when I do go or attempt to exercise, the benefits of HJR 192 of June 5th, 1933. For those who don't know what that is, that's House Joint Resolution 192. When they suspended the gold clause and then abrogated it. Reason why that's so important and these documents that I read to you guys is so important is because, like myself, I know a lot of y'all them risk life and limb for Federal Reserve notes, IOU notes. We thought it was everything. We done lost years of our lives. We've lost loved ones in their pursuit of it, But we have to get to a point where as though we understand commerce. It's not what they present it to you to be. you know. And if anybody watching does not know the maxim at law that states that ignorance of the law is no excuse nor defense. They expect you to already know the law. Instead, what do? Take pride in shit. I got a lawyer. I paid XYZ for my lawyer. Shit. I'm gonna spank this case. He ain't doing a goddamn thing for you that you can't do for yourself. When you understand the lingo, the terminologies, and you're functioning on a literate level, not illiterate, on a literate level. A lot of us are not. You know, I look at my library, and it's, man, my library is still in its infancy stage. And I was just a month and a half, maybe 2 months ago, just, showing pictures of my shit. Yeah, it's good to have, but if you're not utilizing it, if you're not, implementing the knowledge that you have either access to or that you have already acquired, what are you doing? I say all this because, again, like myself, when we first come into this information, oh, you mean to tell me I got money that I ain't never know I had? Yeah, but it's rules to that. You can't just, because you got money, you gonna fuck around and get yourself fucked up listening and blindly following somebody out of your greed to access these funds. And to create the kind of lifestyle that you desire for yourself and your family. Do some wealth building, do some estate building, planning, generational wealth building and all that type of thing. Yeah, I mean, I know enough to know that it's possible for every last one of us to do. But if you're not willing to put the legwork in, good luck with that. That's pretty much where that stands and rests at. So, man, I just felt the need to express that point. There are no elevator rides to where you want to be at in life or creating the life that you desire to live and enjoy and provide for your family. Ain't no elevator rides, man. You gotta go up them stairs, step by step, and elevate through the degrees of knowledge and understanding, internalization, and digestion of this information. Because when you're dealing with law, trust me, they know what time it is. The question is, do you? So I urge anybody, and this don't necessarily have to deal with none of this SPC stuff or, UCC 1, UCC 3, financing statements, security agreements and all. You really have to buckle down, sacrifice, it's almost like you gotta act like or act as if, you're incarcerated and really lock in, lock the fuck in. Sacrifice an inventor too, and learn something. Because the only way you're gonna get it is if you learn it. I have something I picked up, a process of you know, doing things, and that's what is that? What is it? I can't even remember it. um, KSE. KSE. The K stands for knowledge. You have to educate yourself because it's plainly evident. Anybody that has common sense knows that they're not educating us. We go in debt. Some of us, those of us that went to college, nothing wrong with it, but they're not teaching you what it is that you need to know in order to have your way with this life we live in. It's your responsibility to garner that knowledge. So knowledge, you educate yourself on whatever subject matter of endeavor that you're striving toward. S stands for strategize. Now it's time to develop a strategy for the information that you've procured. Once you have a working strategy, a realistic strategy, one that involves a mechanism of testing and measuring before you just dive straight in head first. So you can gauge, what works, what doesn't, where your weaknesses lie. And the only way you can do that is by testing your knowledge. Trust me, you want to test your knowledge and you don't want them to test your knowledge and you have yet to do so. Because that comes with real life consequences. Then the E is for execution. Once you're confident and you've alleviated all fear of the government, nothing to fear here. You just have to understand. Matter of fact, that's one thing that I've, said previously on the channel before. Anything you're afraid of, you need to approach it head on. Learn about it, research it, study it, understand it. Because with understanding, how can there be fear? The problem is, man, a lot of us, man, is just lazy and we expect this shit to come to us without putting any, leg work in, without making any sacrifices. So, knowledge, strategize, and execute. And with that, man, I'm gonna go ahead. I didn't have no intention on being here for a long, drawn out amount of time or period. But I think that's important for people to know, man. It's a lot of things that I've talked about on this channel. I'm growing. I'm becoming, my scope of knowledge is growing as the days go on. And as I know it, as after I've tested these things, I mean, I'm only me. I ain't trying to be nobody else. Ain't trying to follow nobody else. Do I have people that I watch and learn from? Absolutely. But what I do is I don't just listen and run out and try to do it. When I hear book references, see charts, I do screenshots. I go to Barnes and Nobles. I utilize Staples and Kinko's and all that shit. Yeah, I utilize all that. in this pursuit of knowledge. I suggest y'all do the same, man. You know, sacrifice a few outfits, man, that you could go and get. Sacrifice one of them shopping sprees at the mall, you know, and go get you some books, man. Go get you some books and some dictionaries, you know. So y'all be easy, man. I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. I just wanted to, you know, give y'all that little piece, man. You know, because a lot of us run around, you know, because we didn't graduate high school or have one of the many degrees that there are that you can get, and you know, and we automatically feel like, you know, we it now. I mean, and it's nothing wrong with feeling accomplished and being proud of your accomplishments, but at the end of the day, man, are you still in the rat race? Are you still, you know, not able to live your life because you're spending the majority of your time at a job? Something that you can't pass down to your progeny? Yeah, I'm in the same boat. Temporarily, you know. But I'm walking this thing. Can't walk it and not, you can't talk it and not walk it. So, it'll be easy, man. Disappointing information. Hopefully, you know, this short piece of information I dispense is able to, you know, help somebody, or somebody was able to, you know, extract the warning that is within this body of information that I dispensed tonight, and or somebody was redirected about to just, you know, put something that they heard or read in practice without the prerequisite amount of study necessary. So, catch y'all on the next one. Y'all be easy, man.